In this video, I'm going to try to remake one of my favorite R&B songs, Sweetest Thing by Lauryn Hill on the MPC Live 3. And in the process, I'll show you exactly how I bring sounds from my favorite VSTs like Kontakt into the MPC using the Autosampler feature. Check it out.
I'm ready.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. My name is Dom. I'm a producer and mix engineer. Welcome to my channel, DB Pad Lab, where we break down MPC and Ableton Live workflows, beat making, and music tech. So the Sweetest Thing dropped in 1998, and it was in the middle of that peak Lauryn Hill era. It was also featured in the Love Jones movie soundtrack. And what makes this beat really stand out for me is how simple and clean everything is. You know, it had smooth electric guitars, had a simple bass line, and this really chill hip-hop groove playing throughout the beat. And that's what we're trying to do here today. All right, so I got this session already set to the tempo of 84 BPM, and I've loaded this 90s R&B inspired drum kit. So what I'm going to do is go to the clip matrix to sketch out the groove. And for this groove, the first part is 4-bar loop. I'm going to set the time correct to 16 notes, change the swing to, let's put it to 60, see how that sounds. And then I'll drop the strength to maybe like 80. All right, so let's give it a shot. All right, so that's the drum groove. It does have these like guitar, electric guitar, string bendy things. I don't know what you call it, but the beat has that in certain parts. Actually, the last one kind of fades, like there's a bunch of them fading out. So and then the beat also has this kind of like weird feedback noise. This tone right here. So I'm going to add that in. All right, so that's pretty much the beat throughout the song. There's like slight changes on the different sections, but that's mainly it right there. All right, so next up is the guitar. You know, right now the MPC doesn't really come with really good or realistic playable guitar or bass guitar instruments. So this is kind of like where the Autosampler comes in. You know, it basically lets you take sounds from your favorite plugins and then turn them into fully playable MPC key groups in the MPC. And you know, with the new USB-C bi-directional connectivity on the new MPC Live 3 and then the XL, you know, this process is way faster and smoother. And this is how I set it up. So first thing you got to do is create a new track, and you're going to do a MIDI track, right? Then you're going to set the MIDI port to the USB MIDI port 1, right? And then sampler, and then change the input to USB input 1 and 2. And then I'm going to turn the input. So now I'm going to go into my DAW here, and I have Kontakt open, and I've selected from my library the electric mint guitar. And this is the instrument right here. So what I'm going to do is auto sample this into the MPC. And to set this up, you got to go to the sampler. Here's from the mains page. You go to menu, go to sampler. You're going to select this like keyboard icon right here, and then you're going to select the note range. And what Kontakt is showing me is the lowest note is a C2, and then the highest note is a G sharp or A flat 5. So I'm going to change the range, G sharp 5. Since electric guitar is very like detailed type of instrument and may have like different levels or layers of samples in this patch from Kontakt, I'm going to set it so that every note is sampled. And for now, I'm just going to do one layer of sample. So it's basically going to be like velocity based. And then I don't need the sample to loop. So I'm just going to disable looping and then press do it. So now it's going to play all the notes and sample it individually. I'm going to go ahead and skip past this because it's going to take a few minutes. All right, so the auto sampler process is done. Now I have a key group now, and now I can play it on my keyboard, and it sounds just like how it sounds on Kontakt, but it's all coming from the MPC Live, which is so dope to me. All right, so I'm gonna record the first guitar part, which is like 4 bars. It's kind of like the intro part. I'm just gonna play over this beat. I'm gonna use a keyboard to lay this one down. I think it has like some lower notes parts. Let me see. All right, so that's the first part of the guitars. And we're gonna do the second part, which is kind of like the verse. For that, I'm gonna copy the drum loop from the first section, but then I'm going to extend it by another 4 bars, so 8 bars total. I'm gonna create a guitar clip, set that to 8 measures. So this is kind of the same chords, but there's a little bit more like arpeggio going on this part. Then has that lower notes too. All right, that's pretty much the second section for the guitars. So now I'm going to do the third section, which is kind of like, I think, the chorus part. So I'm just going to copy the drum beat of the second section, but I'm just going to add this one piece right here. It's like a horn stab at the beginning. All right, so that's for the beat, right? 8 bars. Now let's do the guitar part for this, and for this we're going to need to do 8 measures. I need to practice this one a little bit because there's a chord change. All right, so I think that's the best I can do on the guitar part. Okay, so after that, it goes back to the section, the first section. I was running over my cables. All right, so the next section is going to be the bass part, which I'll also auto sample from my Kontakt library. But before I do that, just want to say, if this is helping you or giving you any ideas, please hit that like button and subscribe. All right, so for the bass part, I'm going to select, for this one, the Rickenbacker bass, which is this one right here. Similar to the guitars, I'm going to check what the lowest note is on Kontakt, which looks like B0. It looks like the highest note is a F sharp 4. So drop this down to F sharp 4. Note range, layers, 1 layer. I'm not going to do any looping. Note stride is 1, and then just hit do it. And it's going to go through the whole auto sample process where it's playing each note and then sampling it. All right, so the auto sampler process finished, and I have now a key group which I named Rickenbacker palm mute. And there it is. I mean, it sounds just like the Kontakt instrument, but it's on my MPC Live. All right, so for the bass part, I think I'm gonna do it on the pads. Just make sure I have it on chromatic. I'm gonna drop the octave down. First, I'm gonna go to clip matrix to create a clip. So I'm gonna do each section. There's 3 sections. So the first one's kind of like the intro. I'm just gonna play along with it a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty easy. It could be cleaner, but for the second part, it's the same bass line. So I'm just going to copy it. But since the second section is 8 measures, I'm going to extend this, double the length. And then let's listen to the second section. All right, I think that sounds right. So let's do the last section, which has that chord change. For this, we're also going to do 8 measures. So set the clip range to loop for 8 measures. Now I need to find how this goes because of the chord change. I think it goes like this. The song goes. Yeah. Okay. 2, 3. sit back a little bit. This note right here. First, let's cut it shorter, and then let's nudge it back a little bit. There you go. So here's the whole beat in sequence, starting from the intro, which is this right here. Verse. Here's that change up right here. Okay, back to the main section right here. Yeah, man, that's pretty much the track, minus the bridge, but you get the idea. So that's pretty much how I take my favorite VST sounds, turn them into playable MPC instruments into key groups, while still building the beat from scratch in standalone mode. If you're using the MPC Live 3 or any of the MPCs, this opens up your sound library in a big way. So let me know, what VST would you bring into your MPC first? And if you're into MPC workflows, beat making, and music tech, please subscribe to my channel, DB Pad Lab. All right, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.